Hi everyone, Tori here today with a scrapbooking process video. Today I am scrapbooking from the Felicity Jane June or July kit called Next Stop, and I'm scrapbooking a photo of my friend Carly's wedding. So this is a photo of her and her new husband Robbie, and I am using up the last few things that I had left in this kit. So all I had left was that yellowish mustard paper, that floral, and then some scraps. So I'm just going to kind of play with them and try to make a layout here. I really love that floral, and I felt like it would fit perfect on like a wedding kind of feeling of a layout. And I wanted to create all these different layers, so I also had this piece that was like a really soft pink polka dot, and I stuck that in the middle. And now I'm just kind of scrunching up the edges just to add a little extra dimension, and just seeing what other pieces I have of scraps, of strips of paper that I had left that I could use. That's what you're seeing me do now. So my friend Carly got married, I think it was in April, and so obviously I'm scrapbooking behind, but that's okay. I enjoy scrapbooking behind. I typically scrapbook behind, so and I just really love this photo of them. This is like at the time when they've just newly been married, and they turn around and the pastor says like I'd like to introduce you to, I'd like to announce Mr. and Mrs., like that kind of part of the wedding. So I thought it was kind of a really pretty photo that showed this like really sweet moment, and I love seeing the smiles on their faces. So I'm going to use that. I also grabbed a giant doily from my stash. I love doilies. Also, they just kind of have like a really soft, almost wedding feel to them, so I felt like it would work well. And then I also wanted to add a piece of floral that I am fussy cutting out. And I thought that that would kind of tie in with the background, but also be almost like an embellishment or a place to put embellishments. Overall, I keep the layout for this page quite simple with embellishments. This kind of floral piece is the biggest embellishment that I include on the page. So I could have cut it out of the video, but I wanted to just speed it up and include it. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. It just makes editing simpler if I don't have to do a lot of like cutting out and stuff like that. So once I figured out where I wanted the photo and where I wanted the floral piece, I'm just going to add that on there. I just felt like the photo was a little big, so I just trimmed it down a teeny bit because I wanted it to fit better on the layout. I don't know, perspective wise, I just thought it would look prettier. And then I'm going to put the floral beside it, and I felt like the photo needed a frame around it, so I grabbed this yellow mustardy colored Project Life card I had in my stash from a long time ago, and it's the same tone as that background paper from Felicity Jane, so I used that to create a frame. And then I'm going to stick those down with my hot glue gun, just using my hot glue gun like always. And I hope you guys are enjoying all of these layouts that I'm creating. Don't worry, Christmas projects are coming. I kind of wanted to get all of these videos with a voiceover up and published and ready to go before I left for Bolivia. So hopefully I can have all those projects posted, published, and up. And then when I come back from Bolivia, I can start working on December Daily, which I'm really excited, and I can't wait to share with you guys. So many fun things happening. Next, I was trying to decide what I wanted the title to be, so I decided to go with Carly and Robbie. I didn't have enough E's, so I used the 3's, which I always do. I had one E, so I could have put one E, but I thought it would look weird with one E and one 3, so I just turned both of the E's into 3's. And I feel like it works well enough. I feel like there are never enough E's on those alphas. I was actually quite impressed how well their names fit along the top there. I really like the way that it turned out. And I don't mind the 3's. I mean, now that I've pointed them out, you're probably noticing them even more. But when I put them on the page, you can't really tell unless you're like looking at it. And this is the point where I'm just trying to decide how I want to finish off embellishing and adding to this photo. Again, I wanted to keep the layout kind of simple and just really pretty and light, so I'm not going to add a ton of embellishments, but I do want to add the date. So grab this tab or whatever that I had in my stash and stuck that on there. And then I'm just going through the crepe paper chipboard that I have just to see if there's any elements that I wanted to add. And there was this beautiful heart print that I thought would look really pretty on there. And then there was also this circle that said love, which I thought was super cute. And I kind of just layered those on top of each other. It creates a little extra dimension and just adds something to the layout, which I really like. And then there was one more banner, I think, that said, can't remember what it said, or love you or something like that. And I wanted to just add that on there too. And then I'm just going to finish this layout off with some rhinestones and pearls from my stash. These bigger rhinestones were a gift, but then the pearls and those smaller rhinestones came from the dollar store. So every time I'm at the dollar store, I check it out to see if they have anything that I can use, and they typically do. And then I thought I would just finish this off with a couple buttons, and these buttons come from, I believe, Paige Evans' first collection, which I can't think of what the name is right now, but the colors were perfect, like that pink and that green color, which I'm not a huge green fan, but it looked really pretty on the layout. And then I just wanted to add one more rhinestone to just finish it off, and there you go. The next thing I will do is just add my journaling, and I left a space on the side there so that I could add the journaling, and it fit perfectly what I wanted to say. And I just talked about what I already told you about how it was their wedding, and Carly is one of my coworkers. We all went to her wedding, and it was really pretty. It was such a beautiful wedding, and I'm really happy for her and Robbie. It was really sweet. So I kind of just did that in the journaling lines, and I just freehand drew the lines, and so it's not super pretty or straight, but I love it because it's got that hand detail going on. Anyways, that's it for this layout. I hope you guys loved it. I hope it inspires you, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!